Welcome to another edition of Mailbag. Now, Mailbag is a feature of the channel where I discuss questions and comments that you guys leave on my channel. Some of them I can answer, some of them I can't, and some of the comments I feel should be shared with you. But right now, into the first Mailbag item of this session. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon. Okay, this next one comes from David Kelly. And he says, thanks for the vid. I'm a jazz guitarist and looking for a way to add life to backing tracks of jazz standards, ideally in a live environment. Do you think this type of unit would be a good fit? Now, this is in response to a video I did some time ago, which was instant gratification of the 2400, entitled Plug in the 2400 and Go. I'm not sure I can give a straight answer to his question, because it depends on how you want to use the S2400. As you had mentioned, you're a jazz guitarist, and I'm assuming that your intention is to effectively play a lick, record it, and then do some sort of looping function over the lick, and then play another lick, and then record that, and then play another looping function, and the exercise is effectively to keep repeating until you've got a sort of basic melody going. Now, I still haven't done research into this. I mean, it's some time ago since I got my S2400. But this is not really how the S2400 is designed to work. It's not designed in that sort of kind of live environment where you're actually recording the loops. It's more, you have the loops and the beats in it, and you record those live in a live pattern, and you build the pattern up that way. Not that you record a loop, save it, loop it, and then start recording another loop on top of it. It's not really designed to work that way. There are products on the market. Boss has a product, which is a pedal product, that does exactly that. You know, you sort of stamp the pedal when you want to start recording, stop the pedal when you want to stop recording, and then it starts intelligently looping what you've recorded. So if that's the way you want to operate this, I'm not sure the S2400 is the unit for you. If you intend on creating a beat from beats that are stored in the unit, looping in a live environment to get effectively a beat or a percussion set going, then possibly it is the unit for you. But if it's the former, I think you can get better products on the market that are more tuned to the way you want to work than the S2400 is at the moment. I'm not saying it won't get there, but where we are with firmware at the moment, and I haven't uploaded the latest firmware patch, so I make that clear, I don't believe it is the right unit for this sort of environment that you are talking about. Hopefully that answers your question. Okay, this question comes from BinSync in response to Nautilus Kronos for Dummies, a video I did in January 2021. Just watched your channel for the first time. Love what I've seen so far. Well, thank you very much. I came here to repair my OASYS Combi button that no longer triggers. Once I leave the Combi and go into single sounds, there's no way of getting back to the Combi mode except by switching the OASYS off and back on again. Watching you replace the battery and adding memory certainly helped. I will try next week. What I caught my ear was the end of this clip where you stated the Kronos was still king. I have both the Kronos 61 and an OASYS 88, and to my ears the OASYS sounds so much better. Night and day. I was interested in your thoughts regarding the quality of the sound production of both instruments. Hope to hear from you. This is a really interesting question. I have to be honest and say, like you, I used a batch of 6 buttons to navigate between the various parts of the instrument. The way the OASYS is constructed is fairly easy to remove the board. So if you open it up, it flips up like that. You can just get to the board. And contains the tact switches. Test the connections for the buttons that are not working, and if required, replace them. You can still get the tact switches. They're relatively easy to get. You can find, I think you actually might even still be able to get them from Korg, if I'm brutally honest. But there are a number of people on eBay that are selling quality tact switches, or you could just go to Mouser. You can buy them directly from Mouser or RS Components in the UK. So they're readily available. They're relatively easy. This is a standard tact switch that's used across most synthesizers. The service manual for the OASYS is online. You can just download it, so don't worry about that, and it will tell you how to get into the machine, and also what the part numbers of the tact switches are, so that you can actually go and source them yourself. Now, the interesting bit is in terms of the statement of the Kronos is still king. I do think that the OASYS is better than the Kronos. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. I do think the keyboard on the OASYS is better than the Kronos. Okay? When it comes to sound, however, I think that is difficult for me to make my mind up, because you can tweak and build the sounds up on each machine with multiple layers. You know, that's why these machines are so useful, because you can manipulate the sound so easily. My opinion is the Kronos sound engine is better than the OASYS because it's evolved over time. But that's just my opinion. You know, everybody has different opinions. I owned the Kronos 288 before I acquired the OASYS 88, so my ear was already tuned to the Kronos. In terms of other functions, both the OASYS and the Kronos can pretty much do the same things. Just the Kronos has more capability in the way the software now functions. If Korg had continued to develop the OASYS operating system beyond 1.3.3a, then I think the two machines would have almost been identical in capability. Then no one would have brought the new machine. That's kind of the bottom line with the OASYS, and I think why Korg did stop development of the operating system, so that it would force people to buy the new machine. I've always thought if somebody was so inclined to take the operating system on the Kronos and upgrade it and introduce new features and fix issues, that they would have a ready market. Now, if you haven't been over to eBay and checked out the sort of the discs that I make available to you guys, and I've made available the OASYS discs, the upgrade discs, the 3A upgrade disc, the last engine upgrade disc. I make those available to you, and they are, you know, I'm having one hit a week on those. You know, somebody is asking me for one of those at least once a week. So, you know, there's a lot of interest, especially around Europe, because I am shipping to those discs all over Europe, and it's purely because these users cannot get this stuff anymore from Korg. But you know, there's a lot of there's probably more OASYS out there than I thought there were. But you know, it does need someone to maintain it. It's not open source. It just needs somebody to take on the maintenance and move the operating system up. Yes, it wouldn't be supported by Korg anymore, but you know, you can do so much with these machines, because at the end of the day, they are a computer. That somebody who's got, you know, is that way inclined and understands a Linux programming environment could make the OASYS so mighty. And I do feel that's a shame. I think it's a machine that is so capable, and yet is restricted by the software that is installed on it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there.